Hello everyone, it's Jackie and I'm back with a video for the Christmas Craft Off 23 collaboration with Rach and Bella Crafts. I did one a couple of months ago and really enjoyed it, and I've been invited to be in this one, and I am going to show you how I make probably another trifold. I think I'm sort of doing this a bit on the wing. It's a trifold, but it's a gift card holder, maybe one or two other little surprises in there as well. And I'm starting just to show you the kits that are involved in this. So we've got the Timeless Christmas collection, Timeless Christmas backgrounds, the ephemera add-on kit, fussy cuts, I'm not sure whether I'll be using those, and the shabby backgrounds, which are similar to the Christmas backgrounds but shabby. And I'm going to start off my little tutorial today with these two sheets from the Timeless Christmas collection. My prompt is mine, and I'm alongside My Porch Prince today, which is lovely. She has some great kits. My prompt is Christmas sayings and quotes. I'm taking quite a loose whatever on that, and I like this sheet because it's got a Christmas carol on. So we're thinking about Christmas carols versus stories, that type of thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut these white edges off, and then I'm going to glue these two sheets together back to back after I've taken the white edges off, and leave it to dry. So if you want to get that done and then come back, I'll be with you soon. So I've got my two bits glued together thoroughly. You can see that I've also stitched around the edge. I've sort of squared it off. I did cut it down slightly more, so it's a touch less than 8 inches high, and it's 11 1/4 in length. So 11 1/4 this way, 8-ish this way. It's a touch under. I meant to say before, all the links for the other participants in this collaboration, it's all in the description under this video, or I think it's at the side these days, but anyway, so you can see that there. So now it's dry, I'm going to score. This is actually quite similar, to start off with, to my last tutorial. So if you had a go at that, this should be quite straightforward. I'm going to do 3 3/4 here. And then another 3 3/4. I should have stitched it afterwards. I've just realised I've made a bit of a mistake, but anyway, we'll carry on. So don't stitch it. So this one should fold quite neatly over there, and then we want this one to fold in, but it's going to be a bit long, so I'm going to have to trim that edge off and restitch it, but that's not a big deal. It will be fine. Just make sure that's straight. So I'm just going to take off probably a little bit more than I normally would, to be truthful, because I've stitched it ahead of time. I do want a sliver off there anyway, because you want it to fall inside this fold line. Just make sure that's all straight. I should just restitch down there, but if you've not followed me properly and you haven't stitched yet, do your folding and cut this sliver off before you stitch. And this is our initial trifold, which, as I say, is very similar to the previous tutorial, and it's going to stay much the same, but we're going to dress this up a bit for Christmas and make some inside pieces that we can use to put in a present, a gift card or some money, something like that, and maybe a little decoration. I'll see how that goes. So let me go and do my stitching, and then I'll be back to show you how I'm going to do the pockets. Okay, so we are going to do the pockets. I'm just printing off a few more sheets of the paper. So in the meantime, I'm going to dress up the front of this a bit. I wanted to say that this paper was 120 GSM. So glued together, it makes quite a sturdy, sort of lightweight card effect. And I do want to dress the front up probably quite a bit in the end, but I'm going to start, hopefully this will work, by using glossy accents on this and maybe some glitter glue on these. So this is quite an old glossy accents. So we'll have to see if this works. It's only paper, right? I can always print it again, start again. I haven't got very good light at the moment either. So this should I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I'm taking it as best I can up to the edge. I've done this quite a lot in the past. Sometimes it does wet the paper a bit too much and cause it to buckle. So we'll just have to see. I'm sorry if you can see my head, but I need to see where I'm going with this. I'm just holding this, I've taken this off here just to hold it up to my window so I can see where I need to, where I've missed bits. Bear with me one more second and I'll show you. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but I've put a good coating of glossy accents on that bauble. Try to go round the leaf. I think it needs a little touch more down here. And obviously that's going to take a while to dry, so let that do its thing. And I might as well put the glitter glue on as well while I'm at it. If I can find it. So I've got this Stickles Cranberry. Again, this is quite old. Fishing out some old products here. Let's see if there's any in this. I mean, obviously just fast forward me at this point. Okay. This I'm not putting all over, I'm just spreading it onto the red bits. A little bit up there. What do you think? So hopefully when I come back and show you the pockets, this will be looking quite glitzy and shiny. We'll see. Hopefully it won't have buckled the paper too much. I'll see you all shortly. Okay, so while we're waiting for the front to dry, we're going to make an envelope for the middle part of our trifold, and I'm doing one that measures 3 by 6.5, which I think will fit nicely. This is the card side. This will be a bit bigger. The envelope will be bigger. So I'm using my envelope board, and I need 7 7/8 by 7 7/8. So I've printed 2 of the backgrounds back to back. It's not duplicated or joined together this time. And we need to score this or start this off at 2 3/4. Let me just double check that. 2 3/4. That's that one. It's always so hard to see. Where it comes at the end there. It's got it. Very difficult on printed paper. I'm just going to put a tiny pencil mark so I can just see where I'm doing that. Further down. I think that's going to be okay. Okay, so that's going to fit in the middle. I mean, obviously these edges are too big, so I'm going to cut this one off here, and this one much the same. I think I might have to redo this, but anyway, let's see how we go. Just thinking about this a moment. I'm sorry this isn't such a slick video as I would normally do. I'm just trying to decide how I want this to open. I think we'll mark it here and here. that off. And I'm going to do this one where it crosses here. So there and there, where it meets this other one. I think that'll look okay. If not, I'll just print some more paper and rethink it. Okay, because it's going to open like this. I guess ideally it would be nice to have them equal. But if I do that, they're just going to meet in the middle. Like that. I think I'd rather have the overlap at the moment, so we'll leave it as it is at the moment, and I will think that through when I'm putting it in the trifold. So that's the envelope made. And it's going to open something like that, maybe like that. Right, as I say, I'll be back now when the front's dried and we can carry on with all of the inside bits. Okay, so I've decided I'm going to have it opening like this. So I have cut down the other side so it meets in the middle. That's quite straightforward. You'll see how to do that. Just mark it with pencil and cut that down. And I've rounded off these corner, what have I used? One of these corner punch to round these, and I'm going to close this. So this is going in the middle, and this is going to be for maybe notes, a letter, money, something along those lines. So I've used an inch circle punch to punch some pieces from this pattern paper, the same one that's on the inside, and I'm just going to find the middle. Hopefully find the middle. I'm going to do it by eye. Sometimes just place it on here and see where we go. Does that look about right? Middle. And then pop it on here. And I found some brads that are in little gold stars. These I've had for years. That's that one. I'm going to cover the inside of the brads with a bit more of this paper. I'm using my art glitter glue for this because I want it to stick well. But glue stick would be fine, to be honest. This isn't meant to last forever after all. A hole in that one. Line it up on here. I don't know if I said I glued, I used some lightweight card as well and glued the outside circles onto the lightweight card. Okay, so I'm going to join these with some spread, and I'm going to just wait for the glue to dry so that they're all firm. There's a lot of drying time in this project, but we'll get there. So I'm going to find, I'm going to look for some gold or glittery Christmassy thread, tie it round here, and then we'll loop it round, and then we'll have a nice inside pocket for our trifold, and I'll be back later. Hello, I'm back, and this is all dry. It's the following day, actually. This is all dry. It has bent the paper a little bit, this glossy accents, but not enough, I don't think, to well, it certainly doesn't worry me. And the glitter is showing up as well, so that's pretty good. This is our envelope thingy for the middle. That's going to stick on here, and I'm just going to, I've got some gold thread here, and I'm just going to get this put on. So this just ties, I just tie a knot. Like that, pull it tight, and then just pop my scissors underneath there to cut off that. Make it longer to start with. We can always cut that off later. So that's going to glue onto the centre here. This is a bit of a mishmash video. Usually I make my item, sort of a prototype, and then remake it and do the video, tweaking it usually, and a little bit more, I wouldn't say slick, I don't think my videos are slick, but a little bit more slick. This one I'm doing on the wing a bit, winging it, and I thought it might be interesting for you to see kind of how I work. I still don't show you too much of the faffing around where I'm thinking about stuff and deciding what to get. Anyway, I'm going to sneeze now. Phew. Oh dear. So this is our middle envelope. I still can't decide whether I want these middle ones would be better overlapping, but anyway, you can decide on that. So I'm going to go away and do some pockets for these insides, and then I'll come back and hopefully we'll get it finished. Okay, so I've cut one of the ephemera, one of the pictures from the ephemera pack, and I've cut it with the white edges on and this side, and then I've just cut it down slightly. I've folded down about just under ½ inch at the top and along these edges. This is going to make our first pocket for here. So do your folding, undo it all, and then just take out the corners. And see, I'm just slanting them slightly. Okay, so I'm not going to stitch this one. I'm going to glue the top down. I'm making a pocket. I often like the top to be a little bit firmer than the rest, although this is quite sturdy paper, but even so, fold those in. I want this piece on the outside so that when I slide anything in, it doesn't get caught. So I'm just going to glue this in place. Make sure everything's nice and flat and square. And you can see then that we'll be able to slide anything into that pocket. And I'm going to glue this on the inside cover here. Make sure it's reasonably straight. Yeah, so that's our pocket, and we're going to make a couple of things to go in the pocket. I'm going to start with the envelope that we can put our gift card in. So to make this, I wanted to make it out of the green spotty paper, and I didn't want to use my envelope template particularly, so what I did was find the bit of paper, I'll show you. These get muddled and keep rooting through them. I cut out one of the envelopes from the ephemera pack, drew round it on the green paper. I actually did it on the wrong side, drew round it and then cut it out. So I'd got the envelope shape on here. Then I lined the flap. So to do that, I used a bit more of this poinsettia paper. Literally just popped that on there, drew round, and then cut it out and glued it on. Obviously cut it a bit deeper because it's going to, this bit's going to show as well. And when I'm gluing a flap like this or lining a flap with thicker paper, I only glue down to the fold line so that there's a bit of movement there. Because I've stitched this, it probably wouldn't make much difference, to be honest, but it just seems to fold better. I'm going to glue this together along here, and I've chosen this image from the Fussy Cuts, and I had a Christmas stamp, so I've stamped that on one of these pockets from the ephemera pack, just cut round it and then used a black pen just to outline that. So that's going to be in there with some kind of gift in it at some point. And I'm going to put a tag at the back here just for decoration as much as anything. So for that, we're going to cut a piece of card 2 3/4 by 6 1/2, and I'll come back and show you how I finish that off. Hello again, everyone. I've been away and come back. We're on the home stretch now. I've gone back and I've added some candy cane stickles to these. It's got the gold in, and I wanted a bit more gold. I might even put a bit of gold on this. This pocket I've glued down. As I said, I haven't stitched this one. This is, I've shown you already. I've glued that together, and because I'm making this for a junk journal gift, I just put this in here so I know it fits. I've put, maybe it's a touch tight to go in here. There we go. I've put in a cabinet card. I might try and find one that's slightly smaller just so that that slides in there. So let's leave that out for now. So that's our little envelope for our gift card or photograph or whatever. This is the tag I've made now to go in this pocket as well. I'm not going to show you step by step with this one, but it's a piece of card that measures 2 3/4 by 6 1/2. I think I've already said that. I've covered it with some neutral paper from one of the shabby backgrounds, and then I've cut this tree out from, it's not one of the Fussy Cuts. No, I cut it out from one of the ephemera pieces. This is, what do they call it, like a file folder, and I've fussy cut the tree out from that. A little bit of the spotted paper from one of the other ephemera pieces. Glued those down. This is just torn across the top, glued down, glued the tree on, and then I've used the candy cane stickles on the baubles and some gold, just plain gold stickles on the star. I've put an eyelet, a gold eyelet in the top, and then I've just used some dyed seam binding, tied a bow, and then tied another bow through that in the gold thread. So that pops in there, and that goes here. I've added a star charm to the end of my thread on this. The way I do that is just to knot it on, just tie a knot, cut off the tail end, and then put some white glue on there just to stop it all coming apart. And again, I've put in a library card and a computer card in there, as this is my Happy Mail Christmas gift, I guess. This pocket I've cut from one of the envelopes in the ephemera kit, and that's just under 3 inches by 5. Cut an oblong and then just cut this corner off. I've actually doubled the paper up just to make it a bit stronger. And in this we're going to have another tag with an ornament, and I will show you how I made the ornament, but I've just letting one side dry first. So that's going to hang off there and be something that you could actually take off and put on the tree. So this tag is 3 inches by 7 inches. Again, I've mounted it onto lightweight card. This is from the Shabby Backgrounds, another piece of that fairly neutral patchwork paper. I've got some more ribbon to tie around the front, so bear with me. I will come back and finish this off. I have already stitched around the edges on this. I've just got to wait for glue to dry. Very annoying. Right, so to make this bauble, I used a circle die, to cut 2 3-inch circles out of this paper. Absolutely beautiful, this paper. I didn't think I liked poinsettias very much, but I do in this kit. So I cut two circles, similar. They're obviously not identical, but they're similar. This is not quite dry, unfortunately. And I also cut some of this thin card, a 3-inch circle. Used glue stick to glue the 3 pieces together, obviously with the flowers on the outside. Once the glue was dry, I cut a strip of card, of the thin card. This is 1/2 inch by 1 1/4. Folded it in half and then just shaped the sides slightly with my scissors. I just literally just show you what I did. So I've got my smaller piece of card. It's 1/2 inch by 1 1/4, as I said. And then I just shaped that inwards a little bit. I'm exaggerating it a bit on here, but it would work, that would work. And then I used a Posca paint pen in gold to colour it on both sides so that you didn't, you can't see the inside, because this is going to hang. I also went round the edge. First of all, I went round with the Posca paint pen. going to show you how I do that because it can be a bit tricky. So have I got something that's in a circle? So I've got my, this is not Posca, Spectrum Noir, but it's similar, acrylic paint pen, chisel tip, and I just hold this down on a piece of card. I've got some ink coming through, and then just take my time and go around the edge. I haven't got enough ink on this. There we go. So just go around the edge like that, slowly. Just take your time. And when it's on that pattern paper, it's easier to see. Let me show you. So just do a little bit at a time, and it's just as easy going around a circle. You just move it slowly and go around the edge. And then, as you can see, I've put glitter glue on the middle, and I've gone round the edge as well. I'm going to do that on the other side once this side is dry, and then we'll be back with our finished item. So here's our final tag finished. I'm just going to leave it at that. So I've just looped the cord, the gold thread through there, and only tied it with a bow so that you could take that off and hang it on your tree if you wanted to. And I'm going to leave that hanging over the front there. You can still see this lovely little girl. And really that's finished. That's all I'm going to do on this. You obviously could add other bits and pieces. I've got some more ribbon for the front here just to tie it up. Let's just do that. Just debating whether to pop a little gold dangle on there, which I might do actually. I'll probably put a little gold dangle on the ribbon here. But essentially that's our project finished. Thank you, Rach and Bella, for having me. This is a very long-winded video. If you've seen the first one, the show and tell, and just watch that, brilliant. If you've got to the end of this, well done you, and thank you for watching. Bye.